themselves. So going back to, some of the work that we did, one of the things that was a high priority last year for you was you were moving from a version 1 of your app to a version 2 of your app, and there was a migration project. And one of the recommendations that I had made to you was to pivot from the IT team that you were using, and I had introduced you to Subuth, and maybe you could spend just 5 minutes on how are things going with your relation, how are things going in that space in terms of working with this new vendor, and where are you with the new app?
Yeah. Well, first, the old company, and some of the owners out there in this field probably understand it. They call it creep. You get a quote, and then every month they keep creeping up, and pretty soon we ended up paying over $160,000 a month for an app that Subuth has been able to keep it under 20,000. And he has brought in a lot of players. It's not just him; he has a whole team, and he's been a real godsend. And he immediately fixed 3 items on the app that we were told by the old team we had to live with. He's been Johnny on the spot, and now we have a way for anyone out there, even Raja Life. We have an API that we're building, which will be done in the next 2 weeks, where we can actually have their apps lock into BrainTaps, and we can share revenue together, and we can cross promote. And so you don't have to be promoting BrainTap's app. You can promote your own app, but inside your app, there could be a sale through to BrainTap, and then we revenue share. That wouldn't have been possible with the old tech team, because they were basically, even though we were paying them a great deal of money, their standard response was no. And basically, I'm not a no kind of person. I'm a yes, let's figure out how to do it. But they had a scope of work, and they weren't flexible. In Subuth and his group, which is Subuth Devs or something like that is the name of it. And they're yes, or they're let me work on it and I'll get back with you. And so many times as an owner, I felt I was trapped, and you helped me to understand that you're not trapped. It's just technology, and there's a lot of other technicians out there. And unfortunately, there's a lot of unsavory tech companies that basically want to get you locked in. So many times we think we know the answer, but we might need to get help from somebody. And because of your background, you helped us to see something that we weren't seeing. It was right there in front of us, but we didn't see it. We didn't think it was possible. That's the nice thing about using professionals.